You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White sports fans, let's talk about the NBA star LeBron James, starter for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, it's been well documented, folks, that LeBron James does not like the police. He only likes them when it benefits him. As in Miami, when he was trying to get to a concert, the police officers treated him like he was the president of the United States. They escorted him on the wrong side of the road, blocked off traffic so he could get to a concert, and LeBron James sung the praises of the police. Now, fast forward 2020, the police have been vilified, and LeBron James went with the woke narrative that the police are bad. Got in the NBA bubble, wearing the Black Lives Matter shirt, kneeling for the national anthem. And every time some criminal got into an incident with the police, LeBron James sided with the criminal. The man is not very smart. He's not. And now LeBron James and his more than a vote have penned a letter to California representatives to pass a police decertification bill. Yes, you heard that correct, folks. But we're going to be diving into that in this video and get more in depth into what is going on with one LeBron James. But first, make sure you guys head over to the Black and White Network store. You can get this Wuhan James shirt that I'm wearing right now. And we're going to give you 25% off if you use the discount code SIT DOWN. Because idiots like LeBron James need to sit down because they're not educated and they don't want to be educated. And we're going to expose LeBron James a little bit more in this video. So here we go, guys. LeBron James's advocacy group pushes California to pass police decertification bill. Now, what does this mean, folks? We'll dive into that. More than a vote. The advocacy group started by LeBron James is pushing the California Assembly to pass the Kenneth Ross Jr. Police Decertification Act per LZ Granderson of the Los Angeles Times. Senate Bill 2 aims to permanently remove police officers who commit serious misconduct while also preventing them from moving to a new department after losing their jobs. Examples of infraction include physical abuse, abuse of power, or dishonesty on reports. Now, in a nutshell, I would not have a problem with this if police are actually doing bad things. I'm all for something like that. But however, when it comes to LeBron James, we know that his narrative is a false narrative. To him, any police officer that has to use this weapon on a black person, whether the black person was innocent or not, and in most cases, they're not innocent whatsoever, a la Ma'Khia Bryant, and we're going to get into that too. LeBron James calls for the cancellation of these particular police officers. So the man is dumb. And police officers, you know, if I'm police and I'm this assembly, I'm not going to listen to LeBron James because LeBron James's narrative when it comes to the police endangers minority communities. It just does. But it goes on, it says California is currently one of only 4 states that do not have a process for decertifying police officers, along with Hawaii, New Jersey, and Rhode Island. Per Granderson, more than a vote sent a letter to the California Assembly on Thursday calling for the bill to pass. Quote, more than a vote represents many black athletes who love playing in California. Black athletes who love the culture, the people, and the communities that take them in as their own. That's why it's so important to an organization like ours. These are communities that nurtured, protected, and developed the athletes of more than a vote and allowed them to live out their dreams. James helped start the advocacy group ahead of the 2020 presidential election to help fight voter suppression, especially in black communities. Now, we know that is 100% a complete lie. We know that. The organization now has support from a long list of current and former black athletes in a variety of sports, including Damian Lillard, Draymond Green, Patrick Mahomes, DeAndre Hopkins, Aja Wilson, Allison Felix, CeCe Sabathia, and more. Many of these athletes have been outspoken about the need for police reform, with LeBron especially calling for more accountability. Funny that they should actually mention accountability. If you guys remember this, okay? The Ma'Khia Bryant shooting, when Ma'Khia Bryant had a knife about to stab another black girl, LeBron James tried to dot out the police officer because he reacted and had to use his service weapon. I'm pretty sure this cop wasn't going over there because he wanted to shoot somebody, but he had to save another life because Ma'Khia Bryant was trying to end another black life. And remember, LeBron had put out a tweet here, and he had said, your next accountability, showing the police officer that shot Ma'Khia Bryant. And then he deleted it, okay? He deleted it. This is LeBron James right here. Not the smartest apple in the bunch. He's not. Remember this? LeBron James is inciting violence against an Ohio police officer. This is disgraceful. Is the NBA okay with this? Is Twitter? Of course they're okay with this. They're okay with this because they follow the narrative of LeBron James. I challenge LeBron James and these other athletes out there to actually get into the black community and talk to the people out there about the dangers of being criminals. Because if you don't engage in criminal activity, you have nothing to worry about, I should say. Now, me, I'm a black man. When I go outside of my house, am I actually afraid for my life from the police? No, I'm not, because I'm not a criminal. But LeBron James doesn't want to talk about that. LeBron James, why don't you go out there and talk about the importance of fathers in the home? But he won't do that because he's about BLM, and BLM is not about fathers in homes at all. They're not. It's absolutely ridiculous, and the NBA did nothing. But also, it's kind of funny that LeBron James is calling for this bill to pass, but yet a black police officer, Deon Joseph, wanted to meet with LeBron James, and guess what? LeBron James did not reply to him because LeBron James is a coward. LAPD cop hopes to talk with LeBron James after controversial tweet, and LeBron James never replied to him. Never. This is a coward move by LeBron James. Officer Deon Joseph, it says here, LAPD Officer Deon Joseph wrote in a lengthy Facebook post that he hoped his message reaches the famed hoopster so the two can sit down and talk about the reality of policing. But of course, LeBron James did not reply to this guy. A police officer in his own backyard never replied to this police officer who's actually making a difference in the community, because that would hurt his standing with the woke mob on Twitter. It would hurt his standing with BLM, who wants to abolish the police. This is not a very smart man, folks. He's not. And now he's trying to push his narrative to get LA to actually, or California overall, to pass this bill that's calling for police that perform horribly and do bad things to be decertified. But what is a bad thing to LeBron James? To LeBron James, just the mere presence of a police officer endangers black people. This is why LeBron James is dangerous for black people, the black community, and spreading lies out there, folks. But I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised that LeBron James and More Than a Vote sent this letter out there calling for this bill to pass. LeBron James is a sick human being, a pathetic human being, if you ask me. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.